What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to make this quick. I really just want to talk about what I picked up today. I don't suggest buying silver right now. I truly do believe that the price of silver, or at least the premiums of silver, will come down. We did see the spot price come down. And sorry about the lighting as well. The lighting's not too good today because I don't have any natural sunlight coming in, and this angle is kind of goofy. I don't have any light behind me. I went and picked a couple Eagles up, and I bought some silver certificates, and I had a half a roll of dimes that I wanted to finish, so I went and picked up about 25 dimes. I don't suggest buying right now because premiums are off the charts. It was my birthday. Well, my birthday is actually tomorrow, so if you want to wish me happy birthday in the comments, I'll be 33 years old. I really wanted to see how bad the premiums were, or how high they were in my local area. And considering that it was my birthday, I just figured, I made a little money in the stock market the last couple of days. I figured I'd pull some of that out and, treat myself to some 2021 Silver Eagles. I paid $41 a piece for these Silver Eagles. And then, with my card, it was like another 4%. So I paid about almost $90, right? We're talking $88 for, just two Silver Eagles, right? And then, of course, I bought dimes. This was like another $50, $55. This is actually pretty cool, too. I found what's called a funny back, right? You never see these around anymore. You might see regular old silver certificates in circulation once in a while, but these funny backs, you almost never see these. I mean, I've never seen one in circulation. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So premiums are high, right? Premiums on Silver Eagles are very, very high. I mean, we're talking like, this is what, 30%, maybe more than that. And so I truly believe that that's going to come down, or at least I hope that comes down. A lot of people the last, few days over the weekend, they probably bought at the peaks, which is very risky. I'm sure there were people that, put in $1,000, maybe new buyers that bought $500 worth, $1,000 worth. Maybe there were people, new buyers that bought more than that, which is very risky because we are at the peaks. I think there was a lot of panic buying. You could say, I did a little panic buying myself. The whole thing is rigged, right? We know the prices are rigged. We know the system's rigged. We know the bankers and the hedge funds, rig the prices of all this stuff. The dealers are in on it too. Some of these dealers, I mean, they're straight scumbags. I like to deal with people locally. I like going to my local bullion store. But the way that we saw the online dealers, withholding silver all weekend, claiming that they were, out of it just so that they could sell silver. God, these dimes are really kind of dirty. Just so that they could sell silver, at jacked up prices on Sunday night and Monday. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. What we saw, unprecedented, what we saw the past few days. But I think, relatively speaking, right, if we're going to think about the next 50 years, the next 30 years, I do think silver is relatively cheap. I do believe that someday we'll see $100 silver, and it'll probably, stay up there, especially if they keep devaluing the dollar. But this past run, a lot of people got excited, and, I think there were a lot of panic buyers. I think there were a lot of people that bought at very high prices that are now going to have to, basically sit on the silver, which is what we're doing anyways, right? But they're going to have to sit on the silver that they bought at very high prices. And if they had waited a week or a month, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe I'm wrong and silver stays in that, $26, $27 to $31 range, and premiums are, up at $45 and $50. Or I should say, they're up 30, 40%, and you have to spend, $45, $50 for a Silver Eagle. I really hope that's not the case. I suppose it's possible, but I do believe premiums will come down. There could be a supply issue. We're being told there's a supply issue. But I can report that in my local area and my local silver dealer, I paid $41 for these, and he wouldn't take anything less. He did give me a deal on the silver certificates because I've been buying a lot of these. I have probably about, I don't know, maybe close to 20 of these now, and people are selling these for double their face value. So, imagine what the premiums could look like on some, silver certificates, especially if they're in good condition, years and years, decades down the line. Same thing with the dimes, right? I think premiums on constitutional silver, I love the way it sounds in my hand. I think premiums on constitutional silver, we could see go up in the future. The only other thing I want to say a couple things I want to say in this video too. I got this out. I've had this for a while. This is what I believe is a fake Morgan. Be very careful when buying Morgans, guys. I picked this up at a pawn shop. I figured it was fake, and I pretty much confirmed it because I put it next to some other Morgans that I had at the time. But be very careful if you buy Morgan dollars because there's a lot of fakes. It's not that this isn't real silver, but this is definitely not a coin from 1896. It's just all wrong. It's too thick, right? The actual coin is too thick. The real Morgans don't look like this, and you can tell like the facial features on the Liberty. It's just it's all off. It's all wrong. So I got this out just to because I've never brought it up before, but be very careful if you buy Morgans because there's a lot of fakes. Pawn shops will sell you fake Morgans. Even bullion dealers, I guess, would probably sell you fake Morgans if they could, right? So be very careful about that when you're buying specifically the Morgans. Don't ask me why, but a lot of counterfeits were made of that. Not so much with the dimes and the regular constitutional. You don't have to worry about it as much. It's not as much of a concern. But the last thing I'll say in this video, because I do want to keep it short, is that the last couple of days, what I think we saw were stock market psyops, right? Economic psyops, financial psyops. And we're going to see a lot more of them, right? This whole narrative that Reddit raiders were piling into silver and they were going to try to cause a short squeeze at JP Morgan or for JP Morgan's short positions. All of this I think is nonsense. I think even the original Reddit story that random retail traders jacked up the price of GME and AMC theaters, I think all of this is nonsense, right? If anything, I believe that the hedge funds were behind these rallies. I think the hedge funds profited from these rallies. And of course, they're happy to give the credit to retail traders and have retail, trading regulated even more. I'm not going to get into all of that, but just understand if you're going to invest with Robinhood or with WeBull or with TD Ameritrade. I trade with TD Ameritrade. We are not the customers. The customers are the market makers, right? The people that basically that we're providing liquidity for. And just understand that. Understand that we are constantly at WAR, right? Economic WAR, and they are waging economic and informational WAR on us at all times. That's why you have to do as much due diligence and research on your own as you possibly can. It's not that you shouldn't be using these platforms or that you shouldn't be investing, but just realize that we are not the customers. The market makers are their real customers. And these are very, very dangerous times because I think people do make, I even have a habit of doing it, right? Making irrational financial decisions. I've been getting better, right? I've been actually saving money the last year and really trying to recover from the financial damage I've done to my life. But there's just a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of disinformation, and a lot of these campaigns that we're going to see this year, they're going to lie to us more this year than they ever have, right? Because they know they can get away with it. So be careful, do your due diligence, keep stacking silver, stack silver certificates, stack constitutional, stack eagles. Wait for the premiums to come down a little bit though. If you want to go buy a couple just in case, I suppose that's okay. But I wouldn't go and drop, even $100 or $1,000 right now on on silver. Wait for the premiums to come down. Wait for the spot price to come down. Hopefully it will. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And as always, until next time, God bless.